Welcome to the Care Notebook Quick Start Guide on how to set up your Care Notebook, presented by Indiana Family to Family. Indiana Family to Family is the parent-to-parent organization and family-to-family health information center for the state of Indiana. These centers are statewide, family-led organizations that assist families of children with youth and additional health and education needs and the professionals who serve them. We provide information, education, training, support, and outreach. This video, along with our self-published Care Notebook, is intended to provide a way for your family to collect and organize important information pertaining to your child. Caring for a child with additional healthcare and education needs can be a challenging and demanding responsibility. It often involves juggling appointments, therapies, medications, and education plans, all while trying to provide the continual love and support that your child deserves. It's a role that can be incredibly rewarding and at times overwhelming. But a care notebook is more than just a simple organizational system. It's a lifeline, a source of empowerment, and a form of self-care. It's designed to help alleviate anxiety and mental stress that can come from being the primary source of information and coordination for your child's care. It's here to help provide you with a sense of control and direction, allowing you to focus on what truly matters, your child's well-being. Listed here are some basic things that many families may want to consider adding into their care notebooks. You can see there's many options to include, ranging from the obvious emergency contact information to documenting online health portal and education portal passwords, keeping track of medications or any reactions to them, insurance information, emergency preparedness plans, or to even document clinical treatments and goals. Having all of this information in an easy-to-find location can be an immense help. Taking the time to set the care notebook up now will help keep you relaxed, prepared, and organized for future needs and ensure the continuity of care for your child. The main function of a care notebook is to help keep you organized. As parents of children with additional needs, we are often the sole keepers of all of the information, all of the things. This information comes in fast and from all different directions, and it can be really tricky to remember it all and recall it on demand when asked for it. So think of a care notebook as your life vest. You don't know when you'll need it, but you will never regret having it when you do. So it truly can be a lifesaver for your family. These care notebooks should be versatile, editable, flexible, and adaptable. They are meant to grow with your child, accommodating changes in their needs, therapies, and progress. These notebooks are also shareable, so ensuring that everybody involved in your child's care, from healthcare professionals to educators, family members, or other caregivers, that we're all on the same page. Again, keeping with that continuity of care among everybody who engages with your child. The Care Notebook is a tool that can enhance the quality of care you provide for your child, and it can empower you to find the balance and control over initially what may seem like a very overwhelming task of managing all of this information. In your Care Notebook, you can consider organizing contact information, emergency information, the contact information of your child's healthcare providers and educators. Just think through the things that you may want to use the most on a daily basis, or what may be asked the most in an appointment. I know that for me personally, I've been in many doctor's appointments only to be asked for the address of one of my child's specialists, or even for our pharmacy, the phone number for our pharmacy. And then I'm on a mad scramble to do a Google search on the fly, having to come up with that information on the spot. So having one central place to store all of this type of information and have it available at your appointment can be a real time saver in the moment, especially when your focus needs to be in the present. In our notebook, you will find a table of contents. This serves as a list and contains main headings of the topics that most families will find helpful. We intentionally did not number any of the pages in the notebook so that you can feel free to rearrange and organize the order of what your family feels is appropriate based on your child's specific needs. Every family's notebook will look different, and that is to be expected. As each child is unique, so too will their respective needs be unique. The goal is to create a functional notebook that you can use to stay organized and prepared for whatever may come your way. Customize your care notebook to fit your unique needs and your child's specific requirements. Make it your own. Consider adding sections, tabs, folders or even labeling categories that are relevant to your child's care journey. This can be very helpful. Consider keeping primary information closer to the front of your care notebook for quick reference. Consider asking for the help of your child. If they're able to, have them design the front cover or provide some colorful artwork to each section. The sky's the limit here. Also, remember that you can always find additional copies and individual pages for your care notebook on our website, and we've got the link listed here for you so that you can update your care notebook as needed. Now that we understand what a care notebook is and why having one is important, let's consider some other helpful hints as you begin to think through what having a care notebook could mean for your family's specific needs. It's important to remember that once you establish and organize your notebook, it's really critical to update that information regularly. It may be helpful to do that after each appointment or when anything changes with their care, including medication or you're seeing a new specialist. Really, really important to get in the habit of routinely reviewing that information. Because once that's relevant and updated, it's very helpful to carry that notebook to your child's appointments and have immediate access to then provide that information or to even update it on the spot as needed. It's also a really good idea to kind of think about prioritizing the most needed, most used information up front for easy reference. I personally keep my child's healthcare provider contact information, our insurance information, a list of current medications and pharmacy contact information. I keep that up front in our notebook because I find that's the information we get often asked most frequently at appointments. Then when I get home, I make sure to put that binder in the same location each time. That way it's an easily identifiable location in our home for anyone who's providing care for my child. Everyone's aware of its location. We're kind of all on the same page, and it makes it very easy to just kind of grab and go on the way out the door to the appointment. As your kiddo gets older, or if you have a more medically complex kiddo, your notebook can get really cumbersome in size quickly. So that makes it a little less ideal to carry back and forth to appointments. So for this reason, you may want to consider maintaining a smaller care notebook with all of the crucial, important information that you can transport back and forth to appointments easily, but then maybe have a secondary binder that stays at home in the same location that can house a little bit more in-depth information. You really can't go wrong in making your care notebook. It really is just, specific to your family's needs. You can make it as involved as you care to, or you can keep it simple and document only the most crucial information. Again, really no wrong way to organize. In your care notebook, it's essential to gather all of the information that you already have to ensure comprehensive and organized care for your kiddo. Some examples of this are keeping contacts for family, physician, school contacts, online passwords needed for health or special education portals that are online, recent test results and evaluations. It's nice to keep some of those in there so that you have those for easy access. Medication information and dosing, documenting all medication details, including the names, the dosages, the schedules, any special instructions. This ensures safe and consistent administration of that medication, so that's important to include. Insurance or Medicaid waiver information, summaries of hospital stays or inpatient procedures, crisis plans or emergency contacts. That's essential for unexpected situations. It's nice to have organized in one place. Anything that you've been holding on to can be organized into this care notebook. I like to even keep business cards in a little folder in mine. You could have a spot to stash flyers from provider fairs or information that you've printed off from late night internet searches that you intend to ask your kiddo's doctor about. Anything goes if it's related to your child's care. Just remember the goal is to have everything you need in one place for easy access and peace of mind. The goal is to limit that mental load of having to remember it all in your head. So if it's important enough to carry around and take up space in your brain, include it in your care notebook. Once you've gathered all of your information, now it's time to decide how and where you want to organize it. Decide what to include in your notebook. Are you going to maintain one larger care notebook or keep a smaller one with critical information and the larger one with more in-depth information at home? Start as you mean to go on. Consider what your often asked appointments or what information is most important to the care of your child. If all of this is too overwhelming, consider starting with our basic 2-minute drill form. This is a form that you can find in our care notebook. It's a form that includes prioritized high-level health and safety information on your child, and is intended to be a sheet that you can hand off to an alternative caregiver or even emergency personnel in a crisis situation. Starting here may help you to decide what to include and how to organize the remainder of your care notebook. This can be the hardest step for many families because all of the information that we as parents and caregivers carry around seems and feels so important. If it pertains to our kiddo, it's important. So really take the time to sit, vet it out, vet out what's truly needed, and remember that the overarching goal is to organize and store what you need into one identifiable, safe place. Now that you've taken the time to identify the information that you intend to compile into your care notebook, it's time to assemble your care notebook. Again, if you've decided to include organizers or tabs to help identify a separate section, now is the time to think through the order that you would like to store all of that information in. Remember, no pages in our care notebook are numbered, so you can truly customize your own care notebook. Start by organizing the order of information, placing what you deem as the most important, most often needed information closer to the front, and adding folders to the individual sections to store additional information like your child's immunization records, individual education plans, 504s, or even a crisis plan. Some families like to also add a section for managing healthcare financing applications or bills that they receive. Thinking logically about your child's specific needs and your family's day-to-day routines will serve as your compass in assembling this care notebook. You don't need to do the entire notebook at once, and you can always pivot and change something that isn't working for you or add something that will be a little bit more helpful. This is designed to be a living resource that can grow and adjust with your child's specific needs depending upon their age or their diagnoses. This can also be used as a resource for additional caregivers and help provide a peace of mind if you were unavailable to care for your child. Everything's in one place and documented, so someone else can step in as needed and provide care. Think of it as an insurance policy of sorts. The only requirement is that you remember to update the information as needed. Please remember that you are not alone on this journey. Indiana Family to Family is here to help and support you every step of the way. So if you have additional questions about this topic or like to connect with one of our specialists, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. There are many ways that we try to be as accessible to you as we can here listed for you, including access to our website, which is a treasure trove of information in the form of fact sheets and videos. We've also included QR codes in various sections of your care notebook that will direct you to our website where you can find information on topics ranging from navigating Medicaid, waivers, special education, transition to adulthood, and much, much more. Our website is a valuable resource that we hope you'll use as a complement to the information in your care notebook. Remember, you have a community of support behind you, and we are here to help. Thank you for joining us, and please don't hesitate to reach out if you need assistance. Your journey is important to us. Your family is important to us, and we are to help you in any way that we can.